We have now reached 50 days of daily uploads in the show Too Long Didn't Scroll, the show for you to get your daily news fix in a quick and listenable format without having to scroll through an endless newsfeed or do infinite amounts of research. Find us on YouTube and most podcast apps, and soon to be other social media accounts like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. With that out of the way, let's get into whatever happened on March the 10th of 2023. We start the events of today in the country of China, but not necessarily concerning China itself. We center in on the Chinese capital city of Beijing, where a major breakthrough in the relations between Iran and Saudi Arabia has occurred. The two countries have historically had relations of complete non-recognition, with the monarchical Saudi Arabia and the authoritarian Iranian Republic being at odds with one another after the executions of numerous Iranians and Shia Muslims critical of the Saudi government, including the Mir Bakir al-Namir and the 2016 attack on the Saudi embassy in the Iranian capital of Tehran. Since such events, both countries have been severely strained with their policies of no diplomatic relations at all. However, as of today, it appears relations between the two countries will start to improve, as after a series of diplomatic discussions between the representatives of the two countries in Beijing, both countries will reopen each other's embassies and agree to resume diplomatic discussion going forward through the next 2 months. In response to this improvement in relations, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi applauded both countries' wisdom and offered them congratulations. We now concern ourselves with the affairs of the royal family in the United Kingdom. In the wake of the passing of Prince Philip back in 2021, the position of Duke of Edinburgh was passed down to Prince Charles, the son of then Queen Elizabeth II. After Elizabeth's passing in September of 2022, the position was merged with the title of King, as King Charles III became both King and Duke. However, as of today, the title of Duke of Edinburgh lives on independently once more, as King Charles bestows the title upon Prince Edward, Elizabeth's and Philip's youngest son. Edward will be formally anointed with this title in May, when King Charles formally ascends the throne. Moving on over to the United States of America, the Silicon Valley Bank, a large commercial bank operating in California, has announced that the company will immediately cease operations. The bank, in the weeks leading up to the collapse, was noted as having particularly unstable finances and had its credit rating downgraded, before the bank announced that it would be purging over $21 billion in investments, borrowing $15 billion, and beginning to urgently sell off much of its stock. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or FDIC, was then charged with assessing the stability of the bank going forward and declared that the bank no longer had enough capital to survive. The FDIC was later ordered with taking full possession of and shuttering the company, causing a mass bank run as clients rushed to SVB's branches to reclaim their deposits. Though the FDIC has claimed that clients who are insured for their deposits will be able to claim their money no later than Monday morning. With the bank having held over $209 billion in assets, this is one of the largest bank collapses since the 2008 financial crisis, and the second largest bank collapse in American history. Many companies, from Roku to Vox Media, had assets stored with the bank, and many financial experts are now significantly questioning the stability of America's banking industry going forward. Will the economy be able to manage? In other news, Xi Jinping has been somewhat unsurprisingly re-elected as president of China for his third term in a row at the 14th National People's Congress in a 100% victory, and former Malaysian Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin has been charged with corruption and abuse of power over accusations of money laundering masked by a COVID-19 financial aid program.